Ambition is not the problem. It drives excellence. It fuels growth. It's what allows you to build a career that actually means something. But there is a version of ambition that quietly becomes something else. When ambition stops being something you express and starts being something you depend on, the relationship changes. You are no longer pursuing achievement because you want to. You are pursuing it because without it, something feels off, and you feel like you have to. Most high performers are never taught how to spot that shift. So today, I want to show you what it looks like, and more importantly, what to do about it. Let's start with what's actually happening when performance starts to feel like survival. Identity collapse isn't always dramatic. It doesn't always look like a breakdown. Sometimes it looks like this. Results are strong, and you feel solid. Results dip, and something in you feels threatened. That pattern is a signal. When performance is validating your worth, when productivity is stabilizing your confidence, when external recognition is the thing regulating how you feel about yourself, that's not ambition anymore. That's structural dependency. And when identity is that narrow, disruptions doesn't feel situational. It feels existential. A missed target feels like a personal failure. A layoff feels like erasure. A role change shakes something deeper than the practical inconvenience of it. That's not weakness. That's what identity fusion looks like in practice. Here's why this happens to the people who seem least likely to struggle with it. High performers have been rewarded by achievement for years. Strong results created praise. Praise reinforced identity. Identity fused with output. Slowly, without anyone pointing it out, performance became orientation. You know who you are when you're delivering. You feel steady when you are needed. You feel clear when you are progressing. And none of that feels like a problem until the structure shifts. Not because ambition is wrong, but because identity quietly narrowed around contribution, and no one told you it was happening. So, what is healthy ambition? It sounds like I care deeply about my work, not my work determines who I am. And that's not a small distinction. That gap is where everything lives. When identity is broader than performance, ambition becomes a choice instead of a survival mechanism. You take risks without collapse. You receive feedback without shame. You rest without guilt. You navigate career disruption without losing yourself in it. You strive because you want to, not because you need achievement to feel real. That is what sustainable ambition feels like, and it's available to you without dialing back what you want. Here are 3 practical shifts, and for each one, I want to give you something specific to do this week. The first shift is separating description from definition. Achievement describes something you do. It does not define who you are. This week, notice every time you introduce yourself through what you produce. Your title, your company, your results. Just notice it. You don't have to change it yet. Awareness is the first move. The second shift is expanding meaning beyond metrics. When the only things that give you a sense of purpose can be revoked by a performance review, you are one bad quarter away from a crisis. This week, write down one source of meaning in your life that has nothing to do with output. One thing that matters to you that no manager, market, or metric can take away. The third shift is regulating before you evaluate. When performance dips, the instinct is to immediately attach meaning to it, to make it about who you are. Practice pausing that. Before you decide what a setback means to you, ask, am I regulated right now? If the answer is no, then the story you're telling yourself is probably not accurate. These are not mindset tricks. They are structural changes in how identity gets built over time. All of this is not about doing less or wanting less. It is about building an identity that is strong enough to hold your ambition without being consumed by it. Not all at once, one shift at a time. You can be someone who achieves without only being defined by your achievements. Ambition does not have to consume you. It can strengthen you. And that starts with understanding that performance is something you do, not who you are.